Welcome back to the Real Estate News. Joining me now is Drew Brown with Beach Properties at Hilton Head. Welcome, Drew.
Thanks again for having me, Jenny.
Wonderful to have you here today. I love our topic for today because it feels very, very timely given the recent change in the weather and fall's really here. But we're talking off-season renovations, right? So why is now the time?
Yeah, after that great, crazy busy summer season that we had for rentals, now is the best time of year to really take stock of your property and your investment to see what possibly are the needs, what was the feedback from your guests, and what's the feedback from your property managers. Right now we take an in-depth look at the property, do an accurate assessment of where it currently stands, look at any patterns that have maybe formed from the previous rental season, and make some recommendations to make upgrades to the property to improve rental values and rental revenue.
Okay, so how do we exactly define renovation? Because that's kind of a broad spectrum, right?
It really is. It can be as simple as changing out some small soft goods, your pillows, comforters, all the way up to major renovations where we change floor plans and remodel kitchens and bathrooms.
Well, now, most owners don't want to spend a lot of money, right? Owners, even if it's your own home, you don't want to spend a lot of money, but especially if it's an investment property. So how do you get around that? Yeah,
what we really can do is show what the average rental rate would do in terms of increasing in value with certain levels of improvements. If you're talking on those things like soft goods, you're not going to really be able to ask for increased rental revenue.
Sure.
But if you're going to go ahead and renovate larger things like a bathroom or a kitchen, not only can we show what we're going to be able to do in terms of the increased value for rentals, we can also show them what it would possibly do in impacting the real estate value, which is more important.
Sure, long term, absolutely. So what factor does appreciation play in this role?
It's really important, actually. What we can do is on two levels is show what the real estate appreciation is going to be in terms of other properties that are renovated as well, and what their listings are, but more importantly what the rental value that will be able to be asked for. Typically what we see is on a property that's had some type of major level of renovation, we can see an increase of at least 10% in rental revenue each year. More importantly, where we get into it is you also then have the ability to depreciate as well. So you've got those costs and you want to cover those costs, and you have the ability to depreciate the cost of the renovations each year.
Okay, that sounds very smart about it, right? So now, how do I pick and choose where to spend my money? Like where do I get the most bang for my buck if I'm going to renovate?
It does depend on the level of property, whether it's a home or a villa, but it really depends on what the ultimate goal for the owner is. When we look at it, we can create a 2 to 3 year plan to say we would start with maybe the kitchen and then move to the bathrooms, or we can also set it up where we can say to the owners, this is where we're going to be able to have the most impact in the shortest amount of time for the money that's offered. Really what ends up happening is we want to meet and assess every owner's needs and then create a project that helps them upgrade, renovate the property, and then maximize the rental return.
Well, and this is just one more example of what an expert you are at this and how it's just more value that you add to the property owners. So Drew, as always, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Jenny.